Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today I have another breakup story to share with you. And if you have a breakup story you'd like to share, please visit writemac.com. Send it in. I'll take a look and make a YouTube video just like this and give you my personal take. So if you like this video, throw me a like. If you don't, throw me a not like or dislike or a thumbs down. And if you have a comment to make or something that you think you can add to the situation based on your own experience, please make a comment. So let's get right into it. My ex-girlfriend and I split up 2.5 months ago after dating for 3.5 years. Sorry to hear that. 3.5 years is a good little period of time. I usually say between 3.5, 4 years is the time that you do take the next step in the relationship and really look at where you're at. And if you're not going to be buying a house or getting married, sometimes that's a step or where you usually see a lot of breakups. She is 24 and I'm 25. This was our first serious breakup, and she ended it with me. So if this was your first serious breakup, you had a good relationship. We had an amazing relationship over the course of 3.5 years and grew so much together. Growing together is a sign of an outstanding relationship. So you got the right verbiage. Admittedly, we were fighting more than usual over the summer as her work picked up. I started graduate school. Right there, 24, 25. I've got a soft spot for this because one of my worst breakups, my girlfriend was 25. I was 27, 28 years old, tail end of 27. And she started a new job. My job started going bad. It's the changes in your personal life that affect your relationship directly. So the fact that you just started graduate school and her work picked up, that's why it went from amazing to what the fuck just happened. I missed all the signs that the breakup was coming, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. You probably didn't miss them. You probably just let it go, and you didn't think it was going to hurt so bad. She told me she wanted to break up, and I panicked, and I did the usual begging, pleading for a week or two. It happens, bud. Eventually, I stopped acting needy and cut contact for about 3 weeks. I called her at that point to apologize for how I acted pre- and post-breakup and asked for her forgiveness and nothing else. What are you apologizing for? If you had an amazing relationship, were you that bad? Were you that fucked up? We started talking again over the weeks following and even met up twice. The first time we met up, she was a bit emotional at first, but we just caught up, ate, and took a walk where she held my hand. Upon saying goodbye, we kissed passionately, and she texted me later that night saying how happy she was to see me. Another week goes by, and we are taking a little more, both of us reaching out to each other. We met up again, and this time was even better than the first. She was holding my hand, kissing me, and even told me she loves me. And out of nowhere, she mentioned that she is not with or talking to anyone on her own. Okay? I made sure not to pressure her about getting back together. Good. Very good move, my friend. However, we talked about where we both went wrong and how the breakup could be beneficial as we could grow stronger from it. After realizing our mistakes, she agreed. All good and fine, but right now you need to rebuild just the connection part and have a good time in the present moment. If you get too caught up in the past shit, it just resurfaces and glazes over the whole thing and makes the relationship shitty again. So get back in the present moment. Try to create new moments, new excitement, new fun. The night ended after hanging out for a few hours with a passionate kiss. Good for you. We made plans to see each other a couple days later and proceeded to talk the following day. She called me a few days later and told me she had to cancel a plan she was going to be with family. I told her no problem at all, and she apologized and said that she doesn't want this to become a thing where we let each other down. So basically what happens, when you're getting back together like this, she feels a little guilt because the feelings and the commitment aren't there that there once was, and she wants to take things really slow and at her pace because she's the one that broke up. So right now she's controlling things pretty much. That night I shot her a text which went unanswered for a day and a half. I tried to reach out. I don't know what the text says, so if it was heavy on gushy stuff, maybe that threw her off that you were trying to become her boyfriend already. I tried to reach out that night to see what was up. She texted me saying she doesn't want to rush into things exactly and cannot do this right now. That's her taking back the control that she had when she broke up with you. A lot of times when the woman breaks up, she made a decision. She wants to stick to it. Even though she still has feelings and you guys were going out, she still wants control of when she's going to meet with you and what she's going to do. And when you start getting slightly pushy, it just throws them off. I responded by saying, okay, I understand. I've been in no contact since. Good for you. No holiday message, off social media, nothing. I'm left confused and broken. You're actually in a really good place because you didn't push and pry. She's probably confused and broken a little bit too right now, thinking like, why hasn't he called me? I've been bettering myself each day of no contact. Fucking outstanding. Good for you. But I still am torn and want to reach out to her. Bottom line is you should be torn. You should want to reach out to her. You were with her for 3.5 years. That doesn't mean you do it. Okay? I know that sounds counterintuitive, but right now you're in a good position because you're working on yourself. And if she doesn't come back, you're going to get a little bit better, a little bit better, and a little bit better. And even the way you wrote this, you seem like you are very in tune with who you are and where you're headed in life. You're in graduate school right now. You got some things going for you. So even you got to deal with the confusion and the brokenness for a little while. And the fact that she's not calling you back or pursuing you right now, let it be. Okay? Let it be right now. And if you need it, you might want to go to a counselor, a therapist, breakup coach like myself. And if you were together 3.5 years, spend 1 hour to 2 hours just getting out the whole relationship out of your head. I've done this with people before. It takes 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and just get everything out on the table. And you almost feel like you just threw up all these feelings that you weren't sharing. Because a lot of times you're talking to friends about a bit, a moment, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here. But you don't just get 2 hours to just go all in and get it all out and get some clarity and get all that stuff out of your head. Because right now you need to embrace the idea of change. You need to embrace the idea of being single and the idea of bettering yourself. And if she comes back, it's a bonus. You're not going to chase her. You're not going to force things. And I think you ended it on a great note as far as showing her that you care, making an attempt, as women would say, fighting for the relationship. You did all that. And then at the end, you accepted. You just went, okay, great move in my book. And now you got to sit back and, basically, think of it, you're in a fishing boat. You got your pole in the water, right? But you're on your phone, you're doing other things, and you're not in love. You don't need to eat that night. You don't need to catch any fish. It's just a bonus if one hits the line, right? And if she hits the line and comes back to you, it's just a bonus. That's how you have to look at it. Even though it hurts and you were together with her for 3.5 years, you really have to do yourself. And like I tell people, if you were rehabbing an injury that was your ankle or your knee, it's going to take time. It's going to take work, and that's where you're at right now. So I hope that helps you. Please visit writemac.com if you've got a breakup story you want to add or if you want to book a live coaching session. Thank you for supporting the channel.